I met B and Kelly and Latavia and Latoya was
a lot of people. Destiny's Child.
They all on Can't Stop. You could pull up the
right.
The video is on. You know, yeah. Matthew Knowles was my first manager. So my auntie knew Matthew Knowles, and Matthew Knowles is Beyonce daddy.
Right.
So a lot of people don't know Matthew Knowles was my very first manager. That's who taught me the game. That's who taught me about paperwork, publishing. That's a big mentor of mine, a guy that I still talk to very much today.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is.
You said you put Beyonce in her first video?
Absolutely.
Wait, we gotta slow up this because we gotta get to that.
Absolutely.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I wanna. How did that happen? Explain that.
You know, for y'all that don't know, my very first record was Can't Stop. It's called Can't Stop, featuring Destiny's Child.
Yes.
And it's not my biggest commercial record, but it was my big break. A lot of people, it became a Screw tape classic. It was one of DJ Screw's favorite records. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people is actually used to hearing it more screwed than they are regular speed. So when you talk about the Screw tape era, when you hear that song, that's one of the songs that signify and represent the Screw tape era. A lot of people say, even to this day, if you go to the Screw Museum, the original wax that I gave Screw, the test press, hangs up on the wall. Like, you know, so how that was is at the time, Screw was just the hottest DJ in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And you would just pull up, this was before, wasn't no screwed up records and tapes then.
Gotcha.
Just so you get the idea. It's not like you went to a store.
And how old were you at this time? This is after jail, right?
I want to say, you know, I'm older now. I want to say maybe 17, 18. Too.
Okay, gotcha.
Or maybe after that. You know, between 17 and 19, I want to say.
Gotcha.
But Screw was the hottest DJ in the streets, you know. You'd go directly to his house. He had the burglar bars. You slip him the money. He give you the tape. Like, it looked like a dope house. People thought he was selling dope out of his house. So, you know, all the street niggas that was popping at the time would just go by his crib. And you know, so I went to his crib to get some tapes. But whilst I was there, I was like, hey, man, I'm Lil O from the West, man. This is my new song, Can't Stop. It got my homegirls on there, Destiny's Child. No one, you know, knew what that meant at the time. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I gave it to him. I said, man, just check it out. And he was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna check it out. And I thought he was just joking, but 30 minutes later, my phone rang and he was like, man, this shit crazy. I'm finna put it on a tape right now. And he loved that song so much, he just put it on so many tapes. And it really took, you know, it really put me on the map, because also at the time, the streets I was talking about was legendary dope corners, Braeswood, Wolffair, Club Creek, you know what I'm saying? So when people was hearing me, different trappers from different hoods, they knew it was like, man, is that the same Lil O? Because there's only one Lil O from that area. So I already kind of had a name already, but people didn't really know I rapped at the time.
Right.
So that was when people was like, man, we know O. Is that the same? And that's how I took off, man. And the reason how I met B and Kelly and Latavia and Latoya was, a lot of people,
Destiny's Child.
They all on Can't Stop. You could pull up the video is on, you know.
Yeah.
Matthew Knowles was my first manager.
Damn.
So my auntie knew Matthew Knowles, and Matthew Knowles is Beyonce daddy.
Right.
So a lot of people don't know Matthew Knowles was my very first manager. That's who taught me the game. That's who taught me about paperwork, publishing. That's a big mentor of mine, a guy that I still talk to very much today. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And that was my first breakout record, you know what I'm saying, that really put me on the map, RP DJ Screw. And once he started putting it on tapes, he just said, you know, you need to start coming back and rapping on these mixtapes. And that's how I met the other homies in the clique, whether it was Hog, Pat, Screw, Mo, Botany Boys, you know, certain guys I already had relationships with, you know, from other things in the streets. But that's how it all started, man. It's really just knocking on his door, letting them hear the record, and God favored me that day. You know what I'm saying?
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars.